This topic we had started in the earlier lecture, demand and capacity alignment. This is very important in service sector because we know that service sector, we cannot store the goods, we cannot understand when there will be demand exactly. So since it is an intangible personal experience which cannot be stored or which cannot be transferred from one person to another, it becomes difficult to understand demand and capacity. So sometimes what happens, demand will be more, sometimes the demand will be less. But accordingly, are we able to manage the capacity? Capacity means about the infrastructure facilities, about the people available for supporting, all those things. Some types of organizations like hospitals, restaurants, transportation, etc., even tourism sector, etc., will experience wide fluctuations in demand. But certain organizations will be facing only narrow fluctuations. So in service sector, how this is being managed? That is what we were discussing in demand and capacity alignment. As I told you, we have started this topic in the earlier lecture. We'll continue with the same topic. Here you can see the meaning of service. Managing demand, as I told you, is a challenging issue in service sector because we'll never be able to understand when the demand will be arising, like we have seen during this pandemic period, especially during the first wave and more particularly in the second wave and all. There was a huge demand for hospital beds. So 2 years back, we didn't expect that such a demand will be there. So it is very much unpredictable, managing demand in service sector. So we have seen this irregular demand patterns also, capacity, how we can improve the capacity. This topic also we have discussed, that is strategies for managing the capacity to demand. So when there's more demand, what could be done? That is what is mentioned here. Strategies for managing capacity to match the demand. The demand may be too high or the demand may be too low also. So when demand is too high, what could be done? We can take the involvement of the customers. First one is customers involvement, like by covering or by converting certain operations in such a way that it could be involving customers. It could be done by involving customers, like self-service at buffet and fast food joints. This is one very good example where customers are involved. ATM machine, setting up of ATM machine. So that is also one area where customers are doing that part. Then using part-time employees. Part-time employees can also be used so that it is easy to get ready-made labor pool. And many times we need not completely depend on our regular staff, but using part-time help, especially when there is peak demand. When there is peak demand, these part-time employees can be used to supplement the regular employees. Then cross-training of employees. Cross-training means providing training in various operations, various areas. At times, when one particular area is busy, the other area might be sitting idle. So these employees can be cross-trained so that it gives the flexibility in order to meet the demand. Sometimes we can even modify or move facilities or equipments. Sharing capacity is also possible. Stretching existing capacity. Stretching existing capacity means sometimes trying to provide overtime working facility and all to the employees. Then scheduling downtime during low demand. Scheduling downtime means during peak period, using maximum of the employees, that is making them use their productivity in the maximum. That is people, equipment, facilities and all are being used at a maximum capacity during peak period. Then when it is necessary to schedule repairs, it could be done during off period. That is for employees, vacations, trainings and all can also be arranged during this off period. Off period means when there is no much demand. These are strategies for managing the capacity to demand. So it could, as I told, it could be high demand or low demand. When there is low demand, for example, here you can see second point, using part-time employees. When there is low demand, then of course we can take the work ahead with the regular employees only. We doesn't need the help of part-time employees. So accordingly, we can adopt strategies as per the requirement of the service organization. So these are the strategies for managing capacity to demand. Capacity means our capacity, the company's infrastructure capacity, the company's employees capacity, the facilities, etc. Then next one is strategies for managing demand to match the capacity. Strategies for managing demand to match capacity. How can we do this? Of course, demand is not in our hands. More demand and low demand, high demand and all, it is not in the hands of any company. But still, how can we manage this demand in order to match our available capacity? Sometimes when it is difficult to increase the capacity, what could be done during those periods? First one is partitioning the demand. Demand for services often arrive at random time. That is, especially when in service sector, most it will be random, and sometimes planned arrivals also will be there. Like for example, hospital appointment. Some could be like we have seen a vaccination appointment. Some would be just walk-in appointments also. Some would be planned after booking the slot and all. So we can divide it. Especially we should try to understand, we should try to study the trend. When is the inflow of people? Is it during weekdays or weekend? That study could be done. And accordingly, we can partition the demand. Accordingly, we can keep appointments. We can go for walk-in by understanding the trend in the market. That is partitioning the demand. Then vary the service offering. Depending on the seasons of the year, of the month, etc., we can change the nature of service offering. For example, we can say certain activity are required only during one particular period. For example, auditing activities, your tax related activities and all are done only during the end of the period, end of that particular year. So remaining time, what they are doing? Remaining time, they are working on general activities like general consulting activities, general auditing activities and all. So by period wise, we can provide service offering. Then developing complementary services. Complementary services are done or are provided in order to occupy the waiting customers. This is very common in restaurant sector. The customers can enjoy food and also whatever drinks and all during this time. Then promoting off-peak period. Off-peak, off-peak season, that is when there won't be much demand. But this off period also could be promoted. That we know that during vacations, during holidays, we know how much rush it is there. And during off season, what happens? It all becomes empty. So efforts can be taken to promote these off period also. That is, during off seasons, we can say holiday resorts and all can be used for professional meetings, business meetings, etc. Then telephone companies, we know there used to be schemes earlier and all, by providing lower rate at the night period. That is after evening, they used to make it very lower. So off period में क्या होता है कि these resources may be idle. So putting some efforts in order to promote these resources during this period. Then pricing incentives. In order to manage this demand in the service sector, prices can be raised during peak period and lowered at the non-peak period. That is, during season, the prices can be increased so that the people will be reluctant in a way, because this is done only because the capacity is not sufficient to manage the demand. Okay, otherwise, of course, we need customers every time. But sometimes when the capacity is not capable of managing the customers, we can go for some pricing incentives like more price during peak period and lower the price during off season. Then communicate with the customers. Another way of shifting the demand is to communicate with the customers and let them understand about this peak demand and provide them various options so that they can choose the alternative periods also in order to avoid the crowding. So this may not be applicable every time. Like in hospitals, it may not be applicable. Of course, when a patient is becoming serious, we cannot communicate and tell them to come afterwards. But wherever possible, just like in tourism sector, hospital sector, hospitality, hospital and hospitality is different. Okay, tourism sector, then hospitality, restaurants and all, we can communicate with the customer. There's a home delivery and all. You can see how much is progressing nowadays. How much it is progress. This is done in order to avoid the crowding in the restaurants and also for benefiting the convenience of the customers. Then modified timing and location of the services. It is extending the working hours. This is one very easy method to manage the demand. Extending the working hours and also trying to work on weekend. This also can help in meeting the customers' demand. Another strategy is to move the location. Another strategy, that is moving, how to move it, moving the service to another location or opening one or two more branches. That also will help to serve the customers in a better way. Then advertising and sales promotion. This promotion activities should be very much used during both the periods, that is during peak period and slow period. So, but why this is done? Advertising is done in order to remind the customers about the peak demand and promotional offers during the off season. So be it the peak season, that is be it the seasonal period or off season, advertising and sales promotion activities are very much important, so that, as I told you, customers should be continuously reminded that what are the offers which are being provided to them. So this is how company service sector can try to manage the demand to match the capacity. The demand will be very high sometimes, and that much capacity, that much infrastructure facility, all will not be there in order to serve the customers. So this is about matching with the capacity. Now, another one topic over here is yield management. What is the meaning of yield management? This is also very common in service sector. Yield management, it is the process of allocating right type of capacity to the right kind of customer at the right price in order to maximize the revenue or yield. Yield means the output. Service firms with the following features can use yield management. Service firms with fluctuating demand, products which are sold in advance, perishable inventory, relatively fixed capacity, all these service firms can use this yield management. Now, what is this yield management? Let me explain it again. Allocating the right type of capacity to the right kind of customer at the right price in order to increase the, or in order to maximize the revenue or output or yield. Many times what happens, we can take the example of airlines. Due to this perishable nature, suppose it's moving from an airplane is being scheduled from Mumbai to Delhi. Maybe at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock it is being scheduled. Once gone means that particular time slot is gone. Again, you will not get a plane on 25th at 9 o'clock. So due to this is very much perishable. It is consumed and it is used. It is completely finished over there. So due to this perishable nature, sometimes it is easy. Sometimes we can see that all the seats may not be filled also. There might be vacant seat. So the airline seats can be offered at a discount on the fares so that the vacant seats can be filled. So what happens? Anyway, the flight is supposed to be moved from Mumbai to Delhi. It will be consuming the fuel. We need to pay the salary to the staff. All these expenses will be there. Fixed. All these expenses will be there. So we are trying to use the vacant seat to yield some revenue. to bring in some revenue. So it is basically trying to allocate the fixed capacity of here, in this case of this flight, in order to match the potential demand. So this can be done when there is vacancies, or when the seats or when the capacities are not being fully utilized. And this is possible for the companies in these which are having these features. Companies in where the demand is fluctuating, the products are sold in advance, ticket bookings and all, normally it will be done in advance, and the inventory is perishable, it is being consumed, used and consumed soon, and when there is relatively fixed capacity. So in these cases, what happens, we can try to provide a discount and try to bring in more customers in order to fill the vacant seat. So once again, repeat it. What is yield management? It is the process of allocating the right type of capacity to the right kind of customer at the right price in order to maximize revenue or yield. So instead of applying empty, or not empty, or we can say emptied seats, instead of flying with few vacant seats, it is better to operate with seats at least with 75% income or 50% income. So this is about yield management. So in this topic, these are the contents which you will be learning: demand and capacity alignment.